Hey everyone, thanks for stopping by and taking a peek at this video. You'll notice nothing is on the table and I'm not in the video as far as I know. This is a follow-up to my Get Home Bag video. It was supposed to be about food and how I would prepare food if I've got to get home in different situations. And I said, well, I just don't want to throw some bags of food on the table and say this is what I'm going to eat. So how do we get to preparing the food? So, first off, would be water. In either of the vehicles that I work out of on my typical work day, I would typically have at least 4 bottles of water that I would use to fill a 40-ounce stainless steel clean canteen. So that would set me up with enough water until I can get some more water on my way on my trip. And then I have a 27-ounce cup that nests in. That's also stainless steel. I can boil water in either one. With the clean canteen, if I felt the need to boil water in this, I do have the spreaders, so I could hang it over a fire. So I try to be prepared for whatever is going to come my way. Okay, and then additionally, I have my Stanley little cook set that I think everybody has. I did go over to Walmart and I did buy the nesting cup for it that can also use the lid of this. Either one of the cups can use the lid actually. Inside of this I kept one of the 2 cups that it came with, and then I have a MSR stove that I can use, because my intent is to simply eat a few meals by boiling water. I don't need to have this raging campfire and a portable grill for my bacon and eggs and my steak. That's not going to happen. While I'm on this with this Stanley thing, there's another YouTuber, I cannot remember his name. I can't remember his channel name. But he had the neatest idea for this. What he did was he drilled these 2 holes in this Stanley cup, and then he made it so that he could hang this over his fire. You just spread these a little bit. You can hang this also over your campfire and boil water or cook something in this. And then you say, okay, well, I want a lid for that. Well, he took the same lid and he cut the 2 notches so that he could do this. I am so sorry that I don't know who he is, and I don't want to get accused of plagiarizing his idea, but he had a really good idea, and I caught the video and I haven't been able to find him again. So that's what I did to modify my little Stanley cook set. Aside from taking a little plastic tab off the top and putting a key ring on there. So, and then be careful with the spreader. So this is, and this, again, this nests, and I can just close this up, put it away, put it in its cup, and we're good to go. So now your problem is fire. Well, I eliminated that by using the small, the MSR gas stove. In theory, I only need to boil water. So if I was in a jam and we're on the first night of my being held up in Colorado here with the highways closed down and I can't move the vehicle, I would stay in the vehicle overnight. I'm not going to leave for that. So what I have, worst case, is 2 meals in the vehicle with MREs. My water would be in the vehicle. I really don't need to get out of the vehicle. unless I wanted to heat some water for some coffee mix. Um, it's that simple. Let's say the next morning, for whatever reason, I can get out and I can make a fire and I can get going. I have my fire and water kit that I carry with me. Yes, I have a lighter. Yes, I have a ferro rod. And here I have assorted things, more lighters. I have a silcock wrench if I need to get water from a commercial building. We don't need to go through all this. I have my little bag of dryer lint. I've got wet fire cubes in the back. I've got water tablets here. I've got everything I need and more, including magnesium flakes to start a fire and be able to, again, basically boil water the next morning. And I really don't want to make a campfire, so I would use my UST small stove here with its little fire cubes. Again, I'm gonna boil some water. This works great. And what do I need the water for? I've got. I really like these. These are 6-ounce Folgers instant coffee. I'd throw 2 of them in that cup and make myself a cup of coffee. Every time I go into a fast food restaurant, I grab the various condiments. So salt, pepper, sugar. I use Splenda sweetener. So I've got plenty of that stuff. The other thing is I might want for breakfast is oatmeal. So what I have is the Quaker low sugar. This is apples and cinnamon spice, maple and brown sugar. All we do is just add water to these packages up to the line. That's your measuring. You put it in this cup, put a lid on it, let it sit for a few minutes, and I've got oatmeal for breakfast. Again, I'm not doing steak and eggs in the middle of the field. So I've already got my fire made. I'm carrying a couple pieces of good-sized pieces of aluminum foil for whatever. I've got my can opener, and yes, I do know how to use it. If I'm out long enough where I need to have something, for lunch, just something a little pick-me-up. I'm carrying the pre-packaged chunk tuna in water. So I've got those. I've got protein. If I've got to have a dinner and it's not going to be MRE, again, I've loaded some 2 Mountain House meals in there where I just have to add water, boiled water. So in each case, I'm in the MREs, I'm using the MRE heater. But for the for breakfast and for these, I'm just boiling water, which I can do on that small stove. Worst case is I have to use the folding stove here. When I get done and we have to clean up, I have my stainless steel scrubber. I've got a sponge with a scrubber on the other side. And I've got my utensils here to eat with. This is a plastic knife, fork, and spoon. This is like titanium fork. And then I've got the long-handled spoon that is made for the Mountain House products to eat out of the pouch. I mentioned water. I would be carrying water with me. I would fill up the Clean Canteen 40 ounce, and if there was a bottle left over or something, I would throw it in the get home bag. I also have the ability to stop, and I don't think that every water faucet or spigot is going to be dead. So I do have an opportunity to refill. I do have water purification pills, and I also have my Sawyer mini set, so I can filter some water and not have to worry about getting sick. So this is what I'm carrying for food, because if you did get through the excruciatingly long 35-minute get home bag video, I could be looking at everything from 15 miles to 55 miles as a trip. So I've got to be ready for what could be 3 days of travel. If it's inclement weather, or my worst case fear is an EMP or a CME, and I've got to avoid people, so I'm just not walking down the middle of a highway with all kinds of stuff on my back. So yeah, it could be a 3-day trip easy, or it could be a 2-day trip. This should hold me over until I get home. So again, thank you for taking the time to watch the video. Please give me the thumbs up, give me the like. I'd really appreciate if you'd subscribe. I've got more coming. One of those guys that is trying to get my YouTube channel off the ground. So anything helps. If you have any comments, please leave them. I tend to get tunnel vision, and not everything that I think is the only way to do things. So any comments you have certainly help me out. Again, thank you. Bye.